Good afternoon. I am Professor Hassan Mwakimako from Pwani University, and I've been alerted over the concerns by young people from Coast as they respond to a statement that was made by the PS in charge of maritime, that they lack skills in the English language, and because of this, then they cannot enjoy the opportunities that are available in that sector, in the maritime sector. I think, in my opinion, is that this is a very unfortunate statement to have come from a respected PS, an elder, and a mother, because it is a statement that has made the young people from Coast to feel alienated, to feel marginalized, to feel unwanted, and to feel as a people who are looked down upon by a very senior government official. And I think the reaction of the young people from the Coast, particularly in the social media, has been phenomenal. And they feel that the PS is wrong, and that the PS made that statement out of ignorance, and more so they feel that it is very arrogant for her to have made that statement, because they feel that skills in the English language alone cannot be the only criteria for one to get employment or job opportunities in the maritime sector. I think that they are justified to say that because, you know, the maritime sector is not just found in English-speaking countries. People work in the maritime sector who speak Japanese, who speak Arabic, who speak French, who speak Italian. All languages are useful in the maritime sector, and it's not just English alone. Even Kiswahili is a useful language in the maritime sector. So, because many young people in the Coast do not have jobs, and maybe some of them had applied for these jobs and they didn't get, so they feel saddened that it is only their lack of skills in English as the only reason that denied them the opportunities. And they think that that could not be the only reason. In their view, I think this is part of a very big scheme to marginalize them. And they are saddened by that. And they have actually asked for an apology from the PS. Some have even gone far to say that she should be removed from her responsibilities, because she could have done something to help the young people instead of just castigating them. And it's an image, it's an utterance that it sends the wrong signal to the young people. It is my wish that either the PS corrects that statement or regrets that statement by offering an apology, because sometimes you can be wrong, and it is better sometimes you feel that you are wrong, then you simply say that you're sorry. So I hope that the PS was not misquoted, because sometimes people can be misquoted. So I hope she was not misquoted. And if she was not misquoted and she made that statement as her own statement, then I think it is very unfortunate for her to have made that statement. And I would also encourage her to rethink that statement and either offer a rebuttal or a complete apology to these young people, because they really feel that they have been undermined by that statement, and their messages in the social media are very clear, that they have the competence that is required, and they feel that it is an excuse for a leader in government to say that just because they lack skills in English, then they cannot get employment in the maritime sector. And they also see other young people who have been employed in that sector, and they know that these other young people from other areas have almost either the same language skills or even worse. So because of that, they feel that the PS is basically is basically making statements that undermines them, or marginalizes them, or makes them feel really unwanted in their own country. Sometimes when the government realizes that there are important skills lacking amongst its citizens, the government should make an effort to improve or to enable these young people to acquire those skills. So if you have noticed that certain people lack very basic skills, then what you do as a responsible government is to put in programs that will assist these young people to improve on those skills. But if you just make a statement to condemn them, to say that they are not getting jobs because they do not have the skills, and you do not make any effort to help them acquire those skills, basically you are failing in your responsibility as a leader, and particularly for a permanent, for principal secretary who is directly in charge of that sector. And to be in charge of that sector means also you design policies to ensure that the sector improves, the sector has the required skills. So if she finds that young people from the coast do not have the skills, then it is a responsibility to ensure that they acquire these skills. So I think the young people should basically ask her to explain to them how she's going to help them acquire these skills, so that they can have access to the jobs. But if she keeps on saying that they don't have the skills, so they're going to miss the jobs, obviously these jobs are taken by other people, and that's why they feel that those other people who have accessed these jobs, it's not because they have better skills than themselves, but I think it's just because they are favored. So there will always be these complaints when a leader in government makes a statement that hurts some people and keeps quiet or doesn't do anything to alleviate that situation. So I think the young people are basically saying, Principal Secretary Nancy Karigithu, please do something to help us to acquire these skills. Don't just condemn us and keep quiet and just leave us hanging. I think if she noticed that they don't have the skills, she has the responsibility then to ensure that that sector is developed by developing the skills that are required.